So we have some breaking news. It turns out Daniel Pantaleo, the New York City police officer who fatally choked Eric Garner, has been fired from his job. Why he was not fired before, I have no idea. But finally, just finally, New York Police Commissioner James O'Neill announced that he will not be able to go back to his job. In fact, this is at a press conference. He said, "I stand before you today, confident that I have reached the correct decision. It is clear that Daniel Pantaleo can no longer effectively serve as a New York City police officer." So, this is his first punishment. Why is it the first punishment? That's what I have to figure out. So it's been about 5 years since the death of Eric Garner, right? Again, illegal chokehold. You're not supposed to do that. Literally killed him. He said, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." That's his last word. "I can't breathe." You know what they said? F your breath. Don't care. They didn't care at all. This guy still suffered no consequences 5 years. And now finally, at a judge's request, and this is, let me go here. What's the, I don't know. I don't have the judge's name right here for some reason. But judge basically said, "You should get fired for this." Okay, well, hey, good. But what else is going to happen? Like, nothing. "Oh, you lose your job." Oh, sad. Well, Eric Garner lost his life. For what? For selling loose cigarettes in the street? That's all that was his crime. That was his crime that was worthy of the death penalty by a cop. And yet, here you had a grand jury that found no reasonable cause to pursue criminal charges. And federal prosecutors this year said that they would not charge Pantaleo on civil rights grounds. Now, does that shock me? Of course not. This is the Trump Justice Department. So it's not surprising at all that they would be like, "Oh, a cop choking out a black man? Civil rights charges?" Nope. Not gonna go in that direction. But because then if our racist cops go and kill somebody else, well, then they might actually be held accountable. Not under the Trump, not under the Trump administration, not under the Trump Department of Justice. Oh, hell no. No, we're not going to hold anybody accountable unless you're a person of color. Then we're going to totally hold you accountable for literally everything, even your own death. That's what we're dealing with, right? So now, after this hit came up, right? So, again, O'Neill did the right thing, and the only thing that he was allowed to do, he was able to do, is fire Pantaleo, right? Even so, the Police Benevolent Association of the City of New York, and talk about an Orwellian name, right? So now and this is President Patrick Lynch, he criticized the commissioner, not the officer, but the commissioner. He said he chose, quote, "politics and his own self-interest over the police officers he claims to lead." Really? He also claimed that O'Neill was bowing to the pressure of cop haters and had opened the door for politicians to dictate the outcome of every single NYPD disciplinary proceeding. Okay, I'm trying to stay calm here, right? So here you have the so-called Police Benevolent Association, right? Defending a police officer who used an illegal, at the time, chokehold and murdered someone for selling loose cigarettes, someone who was not a danger to the community or the police officer, who was what? at least twice as big as that officer, could have crushed him, right? Instead, no, he said, let me go, let me go. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You're defending. You call yourself benevolent? What's benevolent about that? Seriously, you need to go back and you need to change your name, for one. You need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Try to figure out, why am I defending a scumbag like Pantaleo? Why am I defending this guy? Oh, right. Maybe because I'm exactly like him. I think exactly like him. I don't know. Now, Lynch, he's not done yet. He says that he said that morale at the NYPD would fall apart because Lynch had followed the recommendation of an administrative judge who said that Pantaleo should be fired. Now, the judge made a 100% correct decision. Again, this is all that they were allowed to do. They could not press charges against him, again, because the grand jury said no reasonable cause, which I think is ridiculous. And then, and I just mentioned the Trump administration, the Trump Justice Department, I believe in justice. But Lynch said this: the damage is already done. The NYPD will remain rudderless and frozen, and Commissioner O'Neill will never be able to bring it back. Now's the time for every PO in the city to make their own choice. Oh, yes, they have a choice, all right. Do you actually believe in justice and protecting your communities? Or do you believe that, I don't know, I guess, do you believe in the racial stereotypes? Do you believe black people are more dangerous for just selling cigarettes and that you should use maximum force upon them if they even question you or do anything potentially wrong? I mean, police officers all across the country have to make that decision. Whether or not they want to be on the side of actually protecting and serving or protecting and serving the crap out of you, which is currently what they're doing right now. And it appears that these associations, well, we know what the side they're on. And thankfully, at least the commissioner did the right thing for once. And look, here's what we need. We need police reform. Absolutely, 100%. We need it yesterday. We need to train the police to not do these types of things, to not escalate to violence, to de-escalate, and to make sure that they don't kill people who they're supposed to be serving. I mean, it's only so, like, we're only asking for so much. Don't kill people. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.